wanted you to have the microphone, even though the 1D Mark III was 30% crop, it would make it 100 a month. I didn't want it. So I bought the 5 years old.
So with that light you're using it, I always like to bring the light behind as well. Like the 318 is full of light, because you say that's in any way, you're not going to get that detail difference.
Yeah.
But
getting it into one.
like, even if you kept
The ice is natural compensation.
if you then move yourself around, you shot it from here to here. What I do like is
Each picture is that's why you put the center
Are you keeping, is everything else the same?
Yeah, everything else is nice texture, aren't
So
they? Nice texture.
you'll probably be where you'll want.
Yeah, quite nice.
marble. I do that blend a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're so you've got slight delay, but it should work. That's before, and then that's the after. And then if we come back a couple more, you just see like the avocado and the cherry tomatoes on the side, they're slowly becoming darker, and it's purely the sort of light is not being able to sort of jump up and fall back round. And that's purely by moving it closer and a little bit lower. Now if we go as low as we can go on that, you'll have more light being able to drop around from the top. That's it. Go a little bit lower with it. There you go. Excellent. Let's see how this is looking. So you can see now that's almost covered the whole of it. There's an edge of the bread on the far side which is just not quite getting it. So what we want to do now is to bring in the second light. Just have a quick look at. Can we just slide it back into the centre for me? A little bit more. Just going. There you go. Excellent. Let's have a look at that one. That's quite nice. We're getting there. I would maybe bring the tomatoes front side rather than back side. That's it. Yeah, the way you were going, that's it. Oh no, there's not enough.
More like that.
That's better. And that way we can see just a bit more of the green coming through as well. Let's just try another with that. Excellent. So then that way you've got now, your eyes are still like drawn straight to the middle. You've got the mix of colours coming in and the beautiful reds. The background, if we're in a perfect scenario, I'll move everything across just so we don't have that black corner coming in. If we're, can we try that? Just Sam, do you mind giving a hand? If we can, we might as well. We've gone halfway. If we bring light is coming in. Natalie, what's the number on the top of the 2? So they're both on 2. So they're the same power, but because of the distance, the power will be slightly reduced. So we'll just have another shot in the dark, and we'll see. Just make sure. Did that one fire, the big one?
No, yeah, that's
Yeah, that's good. So I think we've slightly gone too flat with this. So I like to sort of still see a little bit of shadow. I was talking to someone earlier about how bringing in fill light can kill it and it makes it look 2D. So the ways we can do that is by walking the light further away, so it's not having as much of an impact. So if we bring it towards me, keep coming quite far, that's it, and you've just gone off target, so just spin it around that way. And we just have a little look at that one here. That's probably what, 1.5 difference in distance. That's getting there. So you're still seeing the underside of the bread is still having detail in it, but it's not as exposed as the previous one. I'll show you the before one on that. That's the overexposed one at the front, I would say. So I just quite like the slight bit of separation. That just gives that 3D element, and you can then see just how beautiful the sort of out of focus background is. And for me, that is like a real sweet shot that I go for. And I like to be able to come down as low as I can. If I can lay on the camera on the table, so it's on the same like line of plane. That's really nice. What I would then start to do now is see, with Natalie's help, is to see if we can start adding in just some, maybe of the cherry tomatoes or a few more props just to bring out the colour a little bit. It's good to see where.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. We should now have a cleaner background, less distractions, and a somewhat nicely lit product. So we're getting there. Now, the thing that I can see, which is quite annoying, is the line on the table, the bottom left corner, where the actual centre of the table is. So I prefer to go for like a cleaner, pure white table or a pure coloured table. Any questions so far? What have we got? Top right corner. Yeah, see, that is the circle on the background, on outside. Which let's see what Tom's doing here. Let's see if this works. So we're trying to ignore that. I mean, that in Photoshop is a real quick fix as well. You can also crop in a little bit to try and sort of reduce that edging. Like, one of my biggest things is when you look back through my portfolio, there's like the outer edges of pictures, there's always someone just poking their head in, or there's some bit of like a light stand popping in, but they're usually quick fixes we can get away with. So let's just see if that works, what's going on there. There's another trick we can use if not. 1 second. So that's just a white. What have you got, Tom? That's just a bit of a white reflector. Let's see. No, it's even worse. So what? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. But let's try if we open our shutter speed up now. Just so in theory we're letting a lot more of that natural light flooding in. I want to see. I'm going to put this on a timer because it's going to be quite shaky. 1 second.
So there's more light travel through it.
Yeah, there's basically more light coming in and hitting the sensor, but we've still got the same amount of flash coming out onto the product. It's saying it's naturally 2 stops overexposed at the bottom where it says +2. So we'll see if that has helped or hindered. Okay, so a bit too much, but you can, just by a couple of like settings on the exposure, you see how we've washed out the background and almost created a clean white background. But yeah, that black thing is annoying now you've mentioned.
Could you not just bring it down a bit or?
What, the camera?
Yes, it's all crossed or something.
Yeah, see, I would...
Or just make that bigger so that...
fills the frame a bit. Or we could try just walking the camera a bit closer. So slight rotations around the circle. Will be very pro and con. So then let's say you find so you get like a deep flat. Yeah. But then let's say you like if I need to just turn the lighting switch on and just turn it it's good to have one of those rotating little spinners later seasons. Yeah, they're really depending on the brand you go with, you can start to load on pro photos all the same that's
So we
which is what I would do, which surface has to be anyway, but also
You put it on top of the board. Is there
That's-
anything
yes.
that you've done to position it very
no, that's completely natural. There is no cotton wool or plasticine or blue tack. It's completely edible. Yeah, it's how I like to do things really. Sometimes you need a bit of help.